Welcome to a brand new YouTube video. Welcome to episode 12 of the off season. I let y'all down again. I really let y'all down again, and myself down again, big time. The only one to blame is myself, but I'm not. Like I said, I'm not gonna hold it against me. Early in the off season, I kind of had a right to push it, and I kind of didn't have a right to push it. My last warm-up moved insanely well, which was 496, which is this. And judging by that, I thought I was going to be able to triple 540 like I thought about last week. But instead, I only was able to double it at like an RP 10, which was this. I think what really did it is I put myself out of position so fucking bad on the second rep, because on the first rep it felt like my hands were already slipping the moment I was pulling off the ground. The other thing I've been trying to do too, with Isaac told me to try, is what we notice is that I'm over cueing my lats. If you look at any other of my deadlift sets, you notice I do this stupid like pull back, almost like I'm benching, and I think that's what I was overdoing it. So instead, he just said, kind of envision it like you are just having like long, stretchy arms, just long arms, and like the lats will play into it, and that's really it. But yeah, man, another just pretty disappointing week 4, I would say. It is very much so on me, just because I'm pushing it a little more than I should be, especially after coming off of a meet 6 weeks ago. So that's on me. It is what it is. I'm not. The only one accountable is myself. I'm gonna keep myself accountable. So it's my own fault. It's no one else's fault. It's my fault. And that's the big thing that sets apart people from the highest competition to like the lowest of the low, is the self accountability, the being responsible for yourself, all that kind of stuff. So I'm just gonna be responsible for myself. I'm not blaming it on the equipment, not blaming it on anything. The only one to take the blame is myself. So I'm taking the blame. I'm keeping it super light with the back offs. I'm not even gonna show it. It's 386 for sets of 5. That's how cooked I was. That's how cooked I am. I already feel like sore. So, that's like a bad sign. And on top of that too, like I think like having the massage and not really being 100% from it, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's the case, man. So speaking of massage, I'm gonna talk to you guys tomorrow about my recovery. So I'll see you for bench tomorrow. Happy Thursday. Like I said, we got bench, and I've been thinking a lot about yesterday. Like I said, I'm not gonna hold it really against me, but I do intend to be a little smarter with training. I did say in my last YouTube video that I'm going to, this fire has fueled in me, and it actually even sparked a little more after my workout yesterday, just because of something I was told that I will kind of, but most likely will not address. I'm not gonna start confrontation. That's just all I'm gonna say. Anyway, I really need to start taking what's there on the day, okay? Yes, we can feel good on the day, our warm-ups can feel good, but we really need to start taking what's there, per se. And, the process is not, it's a marathon, not a sprint. So we just need to chill out and understand that the strength will come eventually. Yes, we want to be hitting PRs as much as we can, but at the same time, I want to take it slow and keep this feeling of being healthy there. So on top of that, Isaac did say we don't have to necessarily push it, but he just thinks I'm still a little uncomfortable in squats, just because if you really think about it, the last 12 weeks of squatting, I've been squatting almost like cautiously, because the IT band and everything related to that. So that's the case. So in between my sets, I'm going to be talking about recovery. Recovery is 90% of your success in the gym, per se. If you're on top of that, you might as well just stop what you're doing and move on. No, I'm kidding. You just need to be on top of your recovery, and that's all I'm going to say. So I'm going to start warming up for bench here and hit up accessories, and I'll get back to you in a little bit. Let me say that bench session kind of sucked, but it's because I'm carrying a lot of fatigue, and Isaac told me to chill out, so I could have pushed it a little more, but it wasn't right. You just gotta take what's there. The recovery process. What do? A lot of things, actually. Ever since 2023, I guess, I started taking my recovery as serious as I can, based on how many injuries I went through and everything that happened in that year. So first thing is diet. So obviously I've already explained my diet on here, so if you haven't watched that video, I'll put it right here, so just check that. Yeah, if your diet's not locked, you're not gonna recover as best as you can, because diet is the #1 key. It's how you fuel your body, it's how you recover your body. You're giving the body what you need at the end of the day when you're eating. So basically, diet is the #1 thing that you should be focusing on if you want to recover the best as you can. The second one is sleep. Sleeping is anywhere from 8 to 10 hours of sleep a night. Yes, 8 to 10 hours of sleep a night. It does suck when I have to come back from here and then go home, eat, shower, and literally go to bed, depending on how I'm feeling, based on how tired work made me, how the workout made me, just kind of all that. So I'm basing it on how tired I feel on the day. So 8 to 10 hours sleep, I think, is #2 in the field, because that's where you recover. You spend as much time as you can sleeping, you're going to recover as best as you can. Form of recovery is if it's winter, it's the ice bath, and I could get into the entire science of why I do it, all that kind of stuff, but I'm not gonna explain it. Y'all can do it for yourself, but let me tell you, it does help. It does suck that I had to put it away for the season, because I think that one helps me the most, per se. Like I said, not gonna go into the science of it, but there's a lot that you can research and find about. And then keeping on with the track of baths and water exposure, I now do a Epsom salt bath twice a week, just like a 15 to 20 minute soak, and usually with super hot water. Why is that? It's almost mimicking a sauna, per se, and increasing your heart rate, getting the blood flow a little more. The reason I do it, I literally only do it like soak from like probably midsection, like middle of my midsection down, and just soak down there, just because the main thing I want to focus on is just getting the blood flow into my legs, per se, so we can get that IT band nice and healthy. But there's one more thing I would say in the term of recovery that kind of coincides with 3 things, but still got accessories to hit, so let's go. All right, so I just finished up my workout and my recovery as well. So we're gonna talk the last little bit of my recovery, which kind of goes hand in hand, which is basically get the body moving. And what I mean by that is getting your steps in, at least 10K steps. So I get at least 10K steps in a day. So I'm able to go on walks at work, which I'm very grateful for. So I'm not sitting around all the time and my hips are not tight when I come to work out. I will add extra cardio if I feel like my body is a little tight just as well, or if I want to feel super loose for the coming session as well. Other part of getting the body moving is also stretching. So I've been stretching whatever body part is basically targeted that day. So today I had bench, so I only really stretched what was used today, which would be my chest, arms, shoulders, my back as well. So anything related to that. And then you kind of get the gist of that, basically. Another thing that I've been adding as well in terms of stretching is foam rolling as well, just because my massage therapist told me I need to start foam rolling, and I've been doing like the kind of the bigger body parts per se. So quadriceps, I do my hamstrings, but I use a lacrosse ball instead of a foam roller. I'll do my back as well, and that's really it. Any kind of sensitive areas or not too big, like really tough muscles, I kind of aim for using a lacrosse ball because that's really going to dig into that area per se. But that's really it. The last thing, which can get expensive, but if you are willing to spend the extra money and actually put your body into a crazy state of recovery, is massage therapy. So I do get a massage every 4 weeks now, every 4 or 5 weeks. So basically once a month. We do anything from specifics I want to target or overall just getting some body parts loose. So I went in last week, I'm like, hey, we need to do my quads. Hey, we need to do blah, 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 so on, so. And let me tell you, I feel so much better when I do it. So you'll see I'll get cupped sometimes depending on the area. Like I got cupped in my armpit area per se, just because I felt like it was tight, and it is a sensitive area to really put pressure on, so that's the best way. But there is times where she'll do some manual work, so she did some manual work on my quads near my IT band and just absolutely scraped the fuck out of it, all the pressure possible and everything like that. So that's really what I do to recover, but it's a lot, but I know it works. I know I need it in order to continue with this sport, because if you kind of notice, I'm a little injury prone, per se. If I don't really take care of my body, I'm a little injury prone. So just keeping that trend going, just recovering as best as I can, that's all that matters. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow for squats. You already know what it is. It's Friday. It is the last day of this block. I will talk about what I thought of this block later in this video, but right now we got a squat. Pretty easy day again. Triple at 6.5. Isaac, so I asked Isaac, I was like, yo, so can I push squats a little if you thought I was babying Monday session? And he's like, no, you're just a little nervous, have some like anxiety because you've never been healthy for a while, so you've always been like pretty cautious about what you're squatting. So like I said, we're gonna start taking really what is there on the day and stop fucking forcing shit. I'm done with that. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Yeah, so we got squats. We got 3x6 at 6.5 on high bar as well, and then a 4x3 on tempo bench. We'll see what's there. Just gonna take what's there, but there's nothing more to say but to get to it. What's going on, guys? It's your favorite. I don't want to say it like last time. I don't want to do you like that.
Alright, never mind.
No. Anyway, the block is done. It was a very interesting block to say the least. We did hit a fat squat PR. There's some momentum for bench, some momentum for deadlifts, and I did not get to capitalize on that in the week 4, so that's on my own damn fault. But we'll see how this next block goes. Like I said, I'm not going to force anything. I'm going to be smart about it. But I'm not going to force anything. Going to take the process relatively slow and just go from there. Isaac said we have a week 0 next week. As a heads up. So don't expect anything crazy next week. Expect a very boring 2 videos. But that's the end of this video. And yeah, I mean, if you're enjoying me fumbling, then like, comment, share, subscribe, get your protein, never settle, and don't slack like this guy. I'll see you in the next video.